Top 10 most boring cities, starting off at number 10 with Detroit, Michigan. There's literally nothing to do here. I'm a Michigan native, and I gotta say, it's not even a city, really, just a big collection of low income neighborhoods. Indianapolis, Indiana, I've always felt that it's just not a city. I grew up in a small town in Indiana, and when I was a kid, Indianapolis was the big city. And when I visited there, I never understood the appeal of the cities. And then I got older and traveled more and realized, oh, this is what a city is supposed to be like. I enjoyed Indianapolis when I went. It was cool. It was dope. It kind of reminded me of my hometown of Richmond, but it was some good eats. It was pretty cool. Orlando, Florida. It feels like a big collection of suburbs instead of an actual city. I feel like there's nothing to do if you're not in the theme parks. I mean, that might be kind of true because, like it's just Disney World and everything else there. So I don't know what it is to do there outside of that. Helsinki, Finland. I'm probably not even going there. Don't get me wrong. I actually really enjoyed it. It was clean. The sauna was very nice. The flowers planted everywhere were gorgeous. And people were all friendly. I would even go back to reassess my opinion of it, but it just didn't feel like there was anything that stuck out about it to me. It seemed more like a nice place to live than a cool place to visit, if that makes sense. Houston ain't cap. Houston, Texas, my God, it was completely soulless. Yeah, there's NASA, but NASA does not make a city. This motherfucker is the boringest person. If you ain't gonna have fun in Houston, let me tell you something. You ain't gonna have fun nowhere. Milton, whatever, I don't even know what it is. Infrastructure and the basic standard of living things are good enough, but it's one of the most soulless places on earth. No too little feeling of community or culture whatsoever. Where is this guy from? Scranton, Pennsylvania. Not really huge, but everyone thinks it's great because of The Office. Seattle, Washington. That's crazy because this is actually one of my dream destinations. Not dream destination, but I want to visit here. The coolest thing was the goddamn fish market. Let that sink in. The coolest thing in the entire city of Seattle is a fish market. Qatar. Being one of these newly built Middle Eastern cities, there's nothing aside from the government and corporate offices. No cafes, no places to walk around. The downtown is a cluster of skyscrapers, all of which are offices. They don't even have sidewalks, just roads directly to underground parking. And it doesn't have the abundance of activities the other Middle Eastern cities do. They are literally 4 or 5 purposes-built tourist attractions. This guy don't like nothing. Dubai. I really found Dubai to be incredibly boring. It's not as big as you think. It's so artificial that it's soulless. After a week there, you really do feel like you've exhausted all possibilities. It's just malls. This guy is probably poor. He's a poor.
Dubai is actually
I said Qatar, but it's Qatar. I ain't never been there. I ain't from the Middle East, but y'all can read what he said about it right here.